Marie, with our final episode of the year, and we're going to talk all things Christmas, all things fun, all of the time, with my favourite two partners of crime here on the 23rd of December, the fantastic Deb and Ethan from Outlaw HQ. And look at us! Woohoo! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
How's it going? And I'm very proud of ourselves. None of us discussed wardrobe.
No, but we're all matching black.
We are. Good morning. Oh, look, everyone's here. Even Sian, quick off the draw from across the pond. Hey, Sian, how's it all going?
I thought Sian had enough of us by now.
I know.
No such thing as too much of us.
I know. And oh, God, we've even got Patty in from Georgia. We've got everyone here today. Yeehaw.
Oh, my God.
I know. It has been so far. Oh, gosh, I tell you what, I've been here. So I started at 6 a.m. at home this morning, doing the uploads. Steph, I got photography from Steph for the new flight lights, which for my little friends that are all just piling in now, they are on the website. So if you go, the category is up.
I have to go and have a look.
Yeah, it's all there. And you guys, of course, will be getting that in the new year.
Yes, sirree.
Yay. So exciting. Yeah. Well, we had to. So the delay, it did actually arrive here 3 weeks ago, but the delay was, as we had so much of it arrive, and you two know what our warehouse is like. So you'll freak out next time you're here. We have got a new shelving system in. Each shelf is 50% higher than the previous shelves.
Ooh.
Oh my God. And
You
thought that warehouse was going to be too big.
I know.
Well, maybe not you, but other people thought that warehouse was going to be too big.
I know. So we've gone skyward, and I walked in this morning because it's been going on for 2 weeks. Claire and the crew wouldn't let me anywhere near it because
we don't let Deb into the warehouse either.
No. So
I sneak in when none of you are around.
Yeah. So I walked in this morning. So you walk in sort of out the side door, and it was it was like this big looming towers of yarn either side. I was like, ooh. It was quite amazing. And no, we've got a little. It's a lift, like a literally.
Oh, like a skyjack.
Yes, that's what it is.
Right, yeah, because I was going to say, have you had to get a forklift or something?
No. I think we're going to call it
frozen.
I think we're going to call it Jaxie. We haven't given it a name yet. So that's what Damien's got, and he can zip around and go up 4 meters to get the yarn down.
Oh my goodness!
It's very exciting. So now that has all happened, everyone, it means that this literally, as of yesterday, all the yarn could finally be put away. Because it was all still sitting shrink wrapped on pallets, so it's all been put away now. And I'm sitting literally watching Veronica in the shop. She's getting it all on the shelves for everybody, and they've already done a display, and it looks great.
Really, Veronica, scurry!
Exciting.
No, it is just so good, and it's going to be so good to have that actually. And the colours look amazing, so we're utterly delighted with it. So that is there,
so good.
And then also to the flight DK. So for all of those who have been waiting for flight DK stock, out of stock colours, they're all back as well and went up. Yeah, so I was doing that at 6 a.m. Me with the pussycat and the bulldog on the bed.
Oh my God.
Wait for it. And Michael Bublé's Christmas on the telly.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Gotta hit
Not
the
boobs.
Christmas isn't Christmas without the boobs. Come on.
So I have been haunted by Michael Bublé for many years. As a Canadian, he's an inescapable part of your Christmas celebration. Along with every so often you get the Celine Dion Christmas album coming through strong as well.
I'll do Celine over Mariah though, I have to say.
Oh, see, I am not going to lie. I am an unashamed lover of All I Want for Christmas.
Same.
Is You.
Same. It's the only Mariah Carey song I like.
And I have to say, I actually heard a Reo version of it last night, late in the evening.
Whoa.
That was really
So how
well
many
done.
gins were involved with that version?
Not as many as the original, that's for sure. But yes, so it was a Michael Bublé is eponymous with Christmas in Canada. Speaking of Christmas albums this year, the dark horse who has never released a Christmas album and has sworn upright, left and down, that she never would, Norah Jones has finally given in to our desperate pleas and released a Christmas album this year, joining the likes of Sarah McLachlan. And I do need to point out, while I love the Sarah McLachlan Christmas album, Winter Song, it is just as depressing as all other Sarah McLachlan albums.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're looking for seasonal cheer, please assume Sarah only has about 10% of that for you. She does do and like, it's hard to compete with Joni Mitchell, but she does do an incredible rendition of River, which I'm not sure how that became a Christmas song. I don't think Joni ever would have intended that, having listened to several interviews with Joni Mitchell, who in case the watchers don't know this, I am profoundly obsessed with Joni Mitchell. I listen to Blue probably once a week.
Yeah. I have to say that my favourite Christmas album,
yes,
and the one that I break out every year just to torture Malcolm, is Boney M.
Oh, classic! Yes, Boney M. Christmas, I have to admit, was a fixture of the country Christmas parties when I grew up. Totally. And remember they did the Christmas special on Ethan doesn't, I mean, he wasn't born, so he won't know. But Deb and I
have seen the Boney M. Christmas special, just as a side note.
In the 70s Boney M. Christmas specials, that was like a thing.
I'm not like a heathen. I have experienced good things.
Yeah. Well, so that's absolutely my number one favourite Christmas album. I actually went and bought it. I was working, so this is a few years ago. I have done many retail Christmases working in malls, and I was at the time working for Stevens. And I don't know what the selection of Christmas carols was or what the album was at the time, but oh my God, it was like a funeral dirge.
Yeah.
And after I'd been listening to this
Sarah
thing
McLachlan's.
no, it wasn't. It was definitely a man involved in the singing. But it was, once I'd listened to this on repeat for about 2 weeks, I was like ready to just like crawl into a hole and die. I went and counteracted this by buying Boney M and playing that in the shop. So yeah, I don't know who had supplied us with the Christmas albums, but that was terrible. So anyway, every year I bust out Boney M, and Mary's Boy Child is my favourite Christmas song.
Absolutely. See, you two know this, but I worked obviously in radio for a number of years, and I actually worked Christmas Day every year for about every year for 5 years. I worked the Christmas breakfast. Yeah, and I would draw the straw because I was the only one on staff that didn't have children. So, so that's why I ended up having to do it. Not that it bothered me, because you're all done and dusted by 10 a.m. It just meant that you were at work sort of for 5 a.m. on Christmas morning. But we used to have if anyone here has grown up in rural New Zealand, you will know what I'm talking about. You had your local radio station, and they, you knew all your announcers. They were all locally based. I worked for the one in Gisborne where I grew up, and we would always say Christmas music. The rule was this: Christmas music wasn't allowed to start until December 1, and then we always had a sweepstake on 2 songs of when these 2 songs would appear.
Snoopy's Christmas.
Snoopy's Christmas was number 1, and what was the other one? Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer by Elmo. Those are the 2, and of course, for anyone, I know I've got a lot of the other Americans and some in Australia that mind you, Sian's a Kiwi, so she'll know this too, but you would they were always on what we call a Christmas rotate. So Snoopy was on at least 2 to 3 times a day, and then of course Grandma was the most requested, so that one would end up coming on. Yeah, Elmo. Seriously, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Oh, I know the song. I'm concerned. Concerned for my fellow Kiwis.
I actually have a reindeer. That's the one sitting under the tree at the moment. It looks like a stuffed toy, but it's one of the musical ones, and that's the song it plays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So that was both of the 2, and then every year I would get into trouble. So every year I'd go in, and every year the manager would say to me, "You're going to stick to format, aren't you?" I'm going
How
to
many
stick
times
to
did that happen, Marie?
Yeah, every year. And of course I'm going to stick to format. So my rule on Christmas Day is I would always play Christmas only music. So I would not play any of the other music. I'd only play Christmas. And I would get everything out, and then I would always end just before 10 o'clock with my favourite Christmas song, which is A Fairy Tale to New York by the Pogues. And
Yes.
I played the original unedited version.
So funny.
Well, you've got to have your scumbags, you maggots, you cheap lousy faggots, because it's not the same otherwise.
Yeah.
So I have to unsurprisingly admit that Christmas in New York by the Pogues does enter into Ethan's top 5 Christmas songs.
Yeah.
It's a personal fave. But although, weirdly, my favorite Christmas album goes out to a very unexpected source, possibly. Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, has an absolutely incredible, if you like the old classics, big band standards, but you're looking for someone who's done it in a modern era of recording, so there's not so much crackle in the background, I 10 out of 10 recommend the Seth MacFarlane Christmas album. It might not make any sense, but that man has a set of pipes on him, and it's great. I've listened to it many a time.
I'll have to check it out. I love his voice. He's got the most fantastic timbre to his voice. He's amazing.
No, exactly. And I do quite have to strangely recommend. So we've been on a kick of Christmas movies, of course, at the Ferguson, Moore, Barkley, and you household. That quadruple barrel name isn't getting less awkward.
I've got to say, it's still entertaining to explain to people.
Yeah,
it's especially entertaining because the child likes to tell people I'm her stepfather.
Yeah. And I tell people that Ethan's my wife.
Yeah, and many people.
And Malcolm calls him the Canadian stepson.
Yeah.
So.
Although we are apparently Summerfield's premier gay couple, according to many people who don't know us.
I have to admit, though, you and Malcolm together would actually strike. Strolling in a mall together, you would look quite the couple, I have to say.
Well, it doesn't. I don't think we're helping matters that we went out to see Dune on the weekend together, and
my husband and my wife went on a date.
I have both of my cards and Malcolm's cards in my wallet, and he has my keys. Because he thought they were he just picked up my keys on the way out the door. I had his, and so I'm paying for everything, and he's ordering everything. Oh, it was we're really we were.
You know that I'm in one of I'm in one of those relationships as well, and it's I know Nick and I are a bit like that too, because it's the same thing. I have, and especially when Phil comes out as well, you can sort of see people get very confused. So it's a party. The Christmas movie nights in the Ferguson, Moore, Barkley, Inu household has included what?
So many. Many new favorites, some returning favorites. So I have to say, last year before Christmas, we went and saw, or was it 2 years ago?
I think 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Last Christmas.
Yeah, we went and saw Last Christmas in the theater.
Yeah.
Because I think is this our third Christmas together?
Yes, it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Right? I mean, this is my 4th Christmas in New Zealand, but my 3rd Christmas in, we're going to stop saying the household name now.
Living with us. Yeah.
And so we went and saw Last Christmas, and they had this joke right at the whole movie is actually quite funny. It's quite sharp. It's really upbeat. If you're looking for something just to make you
charming.
feel good.
I watched it actually quite recently, and I was utterly charmed by it. Yeah.
Well, so I particularly enjoyed the tiramisu lesbian pudding joke. I have rarely laughed so hard at a Christmas film, to the point where I then created a entire LGBTQI spectrum taxonomy for all the different puddings out there. Bisexual trifle, pansexual pavlova. It continued down this vein for quite a while. I haven't really given up. Every time I encounter something new, I assign it a Christmas dessert. Now, obviously homosexual fudge. But, well, sometimes you just have to lean right into the joke.
I nearly spat my drink then.
Yeah.
Just taking a mouthful.
You're welcome, everyone. Merry Carinete.
Okay.
So, but Last Christmas, highly recommend. It was a great one. We have also watched, most recently, A Castle for Christmas.
Yes, A Castle for Christmas.
Guy just said too much.
Good morning, Guy.
Yeah, Castle for Christmas, and so that was quite entertaining because it's got a knitters group.
And of course, see, I love the Princess Bride is one of my all-time favorite family movies, and of course, great Pirate Roberts in it. So
Well,
yeah.
So we just would like to clear up, if you're going into Christmas movies, and you're thinking to yourself that this is going to be good, you are going to Christmas movies for the wrong reason. They're supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if
trashy, I don't trashy on Monday. It's all about trashy music, trashy.
Yeah.
You go in with bring me the cheese, man, because this is got to be cheesy. Got to be.
And I just don't really get what the whole goal is. Like, everything doesn't need to be good all the time. Like, not every film needs to be Citizen fucking Kane. Let's calm down. Like, it's supposed to be about enjoyment.
Yeah.
So we have definitely been leaning into the intentionally bad Christmas films and really enjoying it. And if you go into it with the mindset, you're just there to watch and enjoy it and have a good time, you're going to love it. And so it turns out A Castle for Christmas is super watchable. In case any of you aren't aware, Brooke Shields both does not, and we are not sure if she can or not, but she does not try to act. She just is Brooke Shields.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're going into a Brooke Shields film and you're expecting Meryl Streep, you've come to the wrong house.
Yeah.
And we can't help you.
But I said to Ethan, to be fair to Brooke Shields, she doesn't choose a Meryl Streep role. She plays to herself, her strengths.
Yeah.
So,
which
great.
is hot.
Oh, and the Vivienne Westwood dress. Oh my God, do I want that dress?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just for the record, Brooke Shields, no matter how old she gets, will always be eternally hot. But no, the knitting group is great. We've also we really enjoyed Single All the Way. The gayest Christmas film ever to be made yet, which is really impressive. What I particularly loved about it is they leaned into every trope, like every possible Christmas movie trope that you would normally see in like a heterosexual Christmas romance, except just with gay people. It was perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So we did really enjoy it. And in fact, even Malcolm watched that one. He pretended he wasn't because he was sitting on the couch with a book.
Yeah.
But he was laughing and commenting throughout the whole movie.
Phil does the same thing. He sits in that chair, over behind him, pretending to do something else, but then you hear snicker, 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 snicker. It's like, see, you like it really.
Yeah.
I mean, I did feel particularly attacked by Single All the Way.
Well, I think most of the time Malcolm was laughing and poking fun at Ethan because we thought we were watching a Christmas movie about Ethan for quite a while. Yeah.
It was quite savage. Someone I had gone out on a date with was actually in the film, so like that was never going to be a good thing.
So that was pretty good. We also watched Malcolm's favorite Christmas movie.
Yes, About a Boy.
About a Boy.
Still not sure that I would call it a Christmas film, but
there's Christmas in it twice.
Yeah, there are many films that have Christmas in them that does not make them Christmas films.
Hey, look, this is as close as we're getting him to.
Well, I mean, if you've gone About a Boy, have you done Love Actually yet? Does that come up?
No. I would like to do a Love Actually, Family Stone, super depressing double feature.
Yeah. So no, we're still yet to do Love Actually, and we did Love Hard, which does take the piss a little bit out of Love Actually, which was kind of funny.
It was mixed results.
Yeah, mixed results on that one. I mean, I was kind of amused by it, or at least by bits of it. Ethan was less excited, but anyway, that was another one.
It wasn't bad, it just wasn't good. We then also watched a film that I really enjoy, but I think it might be nostalgia goggles.
Because it was terrible.
Scrooged with Bill Murray.
See, there we are. Marie's with me on that one. It was a terrible movie. It was just like, Oh my God. There was about a minute that I enjoyed of Carol Kane, but then it was just Carol Kane being Carol Kane for more minutes than was actually necessary.
Yeah.
First of all, no, not true. There's never enough Carol Kane being Carol Kane. I don't agree.
Well, she's basically the same character as she is in The Princess Bride. So there's kind of,
And thank God for that.
Well, yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, like I say, been there, seen that. So I did not enjoy the Scrooge, I've got to say. I was just like,
no, we did all enjoy the Muppets A Christmas Carol.
The Muppets Christmas Carol was a winner. Yep. Even the kid watched that. So yeah.
When they learned that I can sing along to all the songs.
Well, none of us had seen it, so that was
I still can't believe, right? How's that possible? Trying to think what else. I have actually watched a lot of Christmas. Holiday.
That was quite funny.
Certainly not good, but very funny.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. Because the Holiday was actually on the list of ones that I had actually to watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. So that's worth watching.
Well, there you go. So there you go. I mean, because the boys
missed the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've been told by the boys. Well, my lot want to do Die Hard.
It was.
Yes,
we've had this discussion as well because we want Die Hard too.
Die Hard and Die Hard for Kids, also known as Home Alone.
No, I can live without Home Alone, but I
cannot. It's not Christmas till I've watched that.
Home Alone was Louis' favourite movie for years because but the worst part about that is when you have this kid like Lou, is that he would watch Home Alone and then I would spend the next 3 or 4 days having things fall on me, hit me, bang me. He would have to build the traps around the house because, but it was a thing. It's a thing.
Mm.
Now, we should talk about Young because we're going to talk about more Christmas stuff, but look, these. Look. My favourite 3. Why am I holding these up, people? You may be asking. It's because today in Stitch and Summer, it's Bohemia Day.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Oh my God, is that I can't quite see. Is that the Bazaar?
No, the Bazaar, I feel bad. The Bazaar is sitting on the back of the truck. On our truck. Damien went over and got it this morning. So
that's okay because we haven't received it yet. So that's all I was just checking.
It's Old Bow.
It's Old Bow. Okay.
Old Bow, Radiance, and Curio.
And Curio, correct. Ding ding. So today is Bohemia Day, so it'll be very good. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm going to see if I can. I've got. Speaking of Santas that have just walked in, I'm going to see if I can get him in here for a second. Here he comes. Oh yeah, it's Peter. Peter's just come out and he's being hi. We'll get him. Hold on, we'll go and pop the screen up. We'll see if we can. You two squish on.
Can you guys see us? Because we're actually frozen on our screen.
Oh, are you? I know you. I think we can see you and hear you.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay. All right. We've unfrozen ourselves now.
Right,
we've just been staring at this frozen photo of ourselves.
There we go.
Okay.
Here you go. You say hello and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Hello.
Merry Christmas, Peter.
Hello, reindeers. Here you go. Can you see me?
Oh, thanks. Now we need the chocolates on the scene.
Fell out.
Okay.
Hi, guys. How's Christchurch?
Hot.
Yep.
Mm.
Hot here. I took the cover off the pool there last night, or night before as well, and it was 28 degrees. The water was 28 bloody degrees.
Oh God!
That sounds glorious.
People live as well.
Oh yeah. You're not just talking to us.
Sorry,
I just
everybody else.
warned him on that, Murray.
Compliments of the season and all the rest of it, and good Christmas and Happy New Year. Da 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 da.
Same to you.
You too, Peter.
Even though it's been one of the oddest years of our lives, not days of our lives. So there you go. All right. I was coming just to pick your brains. I'll go and talk to Claire.
Yeah, you go talk to Claire and then I'll be there.
Hasta la vista, babies, and have a great time.
Bye.
Thanks, Peter. Bye.
No,
I thought you'd better warn Peter that you're actually talking to other people, not just us.
I know. Hey, now, Guy wants to know, Ethan, are you still contemplating making Guthrie and Pulse?
Yes, I am still contemplating making Guthrie and Pulse. Absolutely. With Bohemian main color.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Which one's Guthrie?
So Guthrie is one of 3 Caitlin Hunter patterns that I consider successful.
Only 3.
Have you met Ethan?
Sorry, Caitlin, if you're watching. We have recently talked, and I'm not subtle about my feelings. So just in case anyone hasn't seen me before, I do work with 2 designers now, pretty much primarily. I've actually heavily cut back who I tech edit for. I made an executive decision to drop a bunch of people in a delightful seasonal Christmas newsletter email that I sent.
Excuse me.
But yes, I specifically love working with some people, and I think Guthrie is a banger of a pattern. Now, sometimes when you're looking at people's patterns, I always recommend going for an outlier. So don't go, if it's someone who's really, really popular, if you knit their pattern that is really popular, it's going to look like it looks on everyone else. And so while there have been successful iterations of, the Soldotna crop and a few other patterns, I would say largely Caitlin has 3 really successful patterns. One of them is from the Noragon edited edition of Pom Pom, one of 2 Pom Poms worth purchasing. For me personally, as in that I spent my money on. The other one is her Swancho, which I actually think the Nilchnik Swancho. Yeah, it's a really solid pattern. And last but not least is Guthrie. Now, I looked at Guthrie when it first came out, and the colors that Caitlin knit her original in are quite Caitlin colors. So they're grungy and rusty and brown. And if there's a few things about me that people should be aware of, it's that I don't really do grungy or rusty or brown. So then,
that would be me.
Then, though, what happened was our high saint and high priestess of all things good in knitting, Nora Gaughan, knit Guthrie. And if there's one thing about Nora Gaughan knitting a pattern, it's that she only knits patterns that work. She has so little time to knit for herself because she actually still knits all of her own samples, which is bonkers if you see the production that woman puts out in a year, but she knits all of her original samples herself. I have actually had the pleasure of wearing a garment that has a little tag in the back that says "From the Needles of Nora Gaughan." Knitting 100% cashmere, no less, at a shop where I was booth babing for a while at a yarn show. The only time that you get to be a male booth babe is at a yarn show. So yes, my plan for Guthrie is quite straightforward. I'm going to use Adagio, I'm pretty sure, as the color work portion of it. And then once we have some more London Town back in stock, I'm going to use London Town as the main color. So I want a dark background with that light creamy shades. I think Adagio is one of the best colors from the current range of Pulse.
Yeah, it's nice.
I believe we have London Town in stock tomorrow, hopefully, depending on main freight. I think it left the mill yesterday.
Yeah. And Guy's saying he's doing vintage truffle with Pulse Quake, so that'll be cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
That'll be sharp.
Did I show you this?
Have you been crocheting as well?
I have been crocheting. It's because I've almost finished the hitchhiker, but I just, while I was doing Matreshi towel, Matreshi crochet at the same time. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So I've started another scruffy blanket. So that's just that's an Ian Kelly. An Ian Kelly
special?
Ian Kelly special, yeah. So that's something we're putting in. I thought, I'll crochet it and see what it looks like. And so that's actually been quite fun.
Well, we're in love with crocheted Pulse, just as a side note.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it here because it's sitting at home waiting for me to do it there. But I have been crocheting granny squares in Pulse.
Yeah.
And they're coming out really cool because, of course, each little one is slightly different colours. So, I totally recommend that. And I'll be, I'm planning on edging them in some Bandit. So, yeah.
Yeah. Any busy crocheting cables. So do you have a nice, suitable yarn for crochet? Look, I find that any of our yarns that are a four-fold twist is always good for crochet because you want something that has got extra strands in there to help with the stitch definition, because the motion that you have when you you crochet naturally wants to unravel the twist in our yarn. It's just the direction that we ply our yarns in. So I find that anything with a 4-fold is perfect. So Flight DK, Vintage, Pulse, Albertine, Orb is great because it's a multiple twist on twist. Even a 3-fold is pretty good. Bandit's great.
Bandit, Bohemia.
Yeah, I crochet with Bandit and Bohemia with no trouble.
No trouble. So anything like that. Or if it's got a bit of grip. So Rebel's got a bit of grip. Snug's got a bit of grip. Even Perrindale or Southland's just got a bit of grip. I find that works great. Works really
I actually pretty much crochet with all of our yarns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've crocheted anything.
You know, I've crocheted with Bohemia Sport as well. That's only a 2-ply. Or 2-fold.
Yeah, it's just
so yeah, I don't
nice change of pace.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I suppose we should go. So I'm just going. So just to remind everybody, Bohemia Day today. So 20% off all Bohemia Light and DK. That is now on the website. So do go and check that out. And also too, as I mentioned, the Flight 4-ply, the Flight Light 4-ply is now up.
That is so exciting. It's
beautiful. Machine washable merino. It is utterly
stunning. Look at the photos.
And I've also loaded that up as a Stitch and Summer introductory price. So we were actually just going to do it on a single day at the end of the month. And I said to Claire this morning, I said, you know what, let's just do it today, get it up today, and we'll put it on the special price that we were going to do it for to the end of the month, which is $5.50 a ball. And that is, and it is, for those who've knitted with Flight DK, the 4-ply is actually softer again. It's a finer micron merino again from the DK. So the DK, I think, is a 24 micron. This is a 21 micron. So it's pretty much exactly equivalent to our merino soft. In fact, I can tell you it's equivalent to our merino soft. But there's way more colours, and I think the colours are stunning. And so they are up and available now. So do go and check those out in their very own category. Just a reminder that we are going to be open in between. So we're open, just close the stat days, open in between, and we will be dispatching. But of course, with holidays and all the rest of it, do expect delays for deliveries. But otherwise, we are here and around and happening. If you're in the Bay, come visit. But you guys are actually taking a well-deserved break. Yeah, you're taking a well-deserved break. So when do you close up and when do you start back?
So we close at 4:00 tomorrow. So 4:00 Christmas Eve, which is our usual kind of closing time. And we will be here, we will be drinking, and we will not be opening the door to anyone at that time unless they have their wallet out.
Yeah, slip 100 under the door if you're coming in. So you can be bribed.
Yeah, I can be bribed. This is true. So and then we will not be opening again until Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday the 5th at 12. So yeah,
you'll be back then. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas. I'll talk to you guys over the break because we always do.
Yeah.
Have a Merry Christmas. And also, just a reminder, the diaries are taking. This is our last diaries. We will be back in February. I know.
Ooh. Well, Breakfast Bourbon will be back whatever the Saturday is after the
so you'll be about the 8th, I think, isn't it? 8th or 9th?
Yes, Saturday the 8th. We'll be back with Breakfast Bourbon.
Yeah.
So
we'll be here.
All right, everyone, you have a great year. Thank you to everyone too in the Speakeasy and the Lair, because so many of them are in both. We love you guys, really do make a difference to all three of us. We appreciate it, and we will all see you back in the new year. So take care.
Bye.
Oh, come on. It's very slow today.